of the document, which spoke about upgrade for it to be effective. Need of addressing issues of national food security efficiency and rice sector being one of the desires of the renewed hope agenda. Your Excellency, distinguished colleagues, this bill has numerous benefits for our rice sector. I therefore appeal to Mr. President and distinguished colleagues to consider, support, and pass this bill for second reading. I so move, Mr. President. Thank you.
Contributor, yes, Senator Plan.
I'm Senator Dicket Plan, Senator representing the good people of Plateau Central. I rise to second and support this bill for the creation. I feel that this bill and a desire to establish this council that rice is a global food, is a grain that is accepted all over the world. And looking at our country, Nigeria, with the divided climatic divisions that when we have a council like this, with all the advantages spelled out, it will definitely and truly improve food security. It will also be a source of job creation. It will also be a possibility for us to earn foreign exchange. And therefore, by the time we have a council, there will be regulation, there will be productivity, there would be marketing process, and at the end of the day, we end up maximizing our God-gifted and agricultural, articulated debate given by our dear leader, who is a practical farmer. I'm sure that we will not have any delay than to accept these petty processes on time, because it's a needed bill at times like this. And especially now that this government is futuristic in nature, they are looking at the possibility of bringing innovation, technology, and agricultural practice that will secure this country from hunger. I believe that is very timely. I so support that we need to support it.
Thank you. So nobody is opposed to this bill? Is there anybody that is opposed to this bill? Whether you are opposed to it, yes, let me hear from you. You are opposed to it? If you are opposed to it, you have the floor.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I remain Senator Ahmed Wadada Ali. As far as this bill is understandable, but my area of concern is duplication of agencies, commissions, and councils that we have in Nigeria. Of course, there are already established bodies that is within the responsibilities of these bodies to do all that is required contained in this bill. What is a council? A council is a body that guides these bills on It guides on how it is able given situation. Are we now saying that as far as rice production is concerned, in all ramifications, from cultivation to end product, which is the value chain, there are no agencies of government already established to take care of that, that we have to have another council which will add to the expenditure profile of the government? I don't think, as much as this is coming from a leader, but this is coming from a leader, but leaders also make mistakes. And so I think we need to have to really look inward and think deeper on the passage of this bill, because people out there that confronts us as a nation and confronts us as a Senate. I think with due respect, we have much more serious issues at hand to talk about in Nigeria today, rather than just thinking about establishing council today, council tomorrow. Well, with due respect, that's my stand, that's my position.
Noted. Distinguished colleagues, those in support that this bill be now read a second time, say aye. Those again say nay. The ayes have it. The clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, I bill for an act to establish the National Rice Development Council of Nigeria to provide guidance for the rice research, comprehensive development of the rice sector, and the organization of the rice stakeholders to enhance the local production of rice in Nigeria and for related matters 2025. Second reading.
Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to establish the National Rice Development Council of Nigeria to provide guidance on the rice research and comprehensive development of the rice sector and the organization of the rice stakeholders to enhance the local production of rice in Nigeria and for related matters 2025. Second reading taken. And this bill is now referred to the Committee on Agricultural Production, Services and Rural Development to revert to the Senate in 6 weeks. Clerk of the Senate. Sorry, Leader of the Senate. Leader of the Senate. I agree with you. Yes, leader.
Mr. President, very distinguished colleagues, what would have come as the fourth order of the day? What would have come as the fourth order of the day would have been the second reading of the Waste Management and Malaria Eradication Agency Establishment Bill 2025. However, The sponsor of the bill, distinguished Senator Ned Nwoko, just indicated to me that he would like to have the bill separated and brought back as two separate bills on another legislative day. In view of that, I will be moving that we do step down this bill and now take as the fourth order of the day what is listed here as the fifth order of the day, which is the presentation and consideration of the report of the Committee on Electoral Matters on the confirmation of the nominations of the following persons as listed on the order paper. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, we have Umar Yusuf Garba representing Kano State as Resident Electoral Commissioner, Saad Umar Idris representing Bauchi State, Chukwuemeka C. Ibeziako representing Anambra, Umar Mukhtar representing Borno, Dr. Johnson, you may wish to invite most distinguished Senator Simon Bakol along, Chairman of the committee, to move the motion for the presentation. Chairman of the committee to move the motion for the presentation and consideration of the report.
The Senator Lalong.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I move to present and lay before this Senate the report of the Senate Committee on Electoral Matters.
Distinguished Senator Aruna. Distinguished Senator Amos Johanna. May I wish to second the motion that we receive the report on INEC.
Mr. President, I am Amos Johanna. I represent Adamawa North, and I rise to second the motion that the report on INEC be received and considered. I so second, Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues, those in support that this report be now received by the August Assembly, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Senator Lalong, you may proceed to lay your report. Senator Lalong, you may proceed to summarize the report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let me, in line with the tradition established, also thank Mr. President for giving me a committee and also changing the committee again, giving me another one. He said we must thank him now. So, Mr. President says that. So I'm also thanking Mr. President for the privilege. When FCT came, he didn't report Mr. President for the privilege. When FCT came, he didn't report to the committee progress, but they said we should thank him. He's not hearing me. He's not hearing me. Asugo.
I am thanking Mr. President for giving me this committee.
I think you should thank the Senate for
thank the Senate.
making you interim chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, although this report was presented, was still the same. So I thank him also for allowing me to present the report. Now, this report is in respect of the screening as enumerated by the leader. The list is as placed by the leader. Already announced Umar Yusuf Garba Kanu, Saad Umar Idris Bauchi, Chukwuemeka C. Ibezako, Anambra, Umar Mukhtar Borno, and Dr. Johnson Alalibo Sinikem from Bayelsa. We took in, the committee took in the methodology and the screening of the committees and took everything into consideration. Their resume, their working experiences, their career and progression, professional and personal interests, and the response to the questions. At the end of it, personal interest and the response to the questions. At the end of it, if you look at it, you will look at the details, and I will now go to the recommendations of the committee. All of them were qualified, all of them went through and passed, and therefore, the committee had no hesitation in making the following recommendations. So the following recommendations: that after carefully scrutinizing all the relevant documents of the nominees and due consideration of their level of exposure, experiences, performances, qualifications, and integrity, this committee hereby recommends as follows: that the Senate do confirm the nomination of the underlisted persons as resident electoral commissioners. 1. Umar Yusuf Garba from Kano, Saad Umar Idris from Bauchi State, Chukwuemeka C. Ibezako from Anambra State, Umar Mukhtar from Borno State, and Dr. Johnson Alibo Sinekem from Bayelsa State. Distinguished colleagues, on behalf of this committee and the former chairman, my very good friend, Senator Sharafaddin Abiodun Ali, I wish to most sincerely thank the President of the Senate, other principal officers, and indeed the entire distinguished members of this hallowed chamber for giving us the opportunity to serve in this regard. I so move. Thank you, Mr. President.
Professor Annie.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I'm Senator Professor Anthony Annie. I represent Ebonyi South. I rise to second the motion ably moved by Senator Samuel Lalong that the report presented by the Senate Committee on Electoral Matters be adopted. I so second.
The distinguished colleagues, in the absence of any contribution, Leader of the Senate, it may move that we go to the Committee of the Whole to do Huh? Yeah, distinguished colleagues, those in support, I will proceed to consider this report. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Yes, Senate Leader.
Mr. President, very distinguished colleagues, I rise to move that the Senate now resolve to a committee of the whole for further consideration of this report. I so move.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I support the motion that the Senate resolves into the committee of the whole to consider the report. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, those in support that the Senate reverts to committee of the whole to consider this report, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Now, distinguished colleagues, will the Senate approve the nomination of Omar Yusuf Garba from Kano State for appointment as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate approve the nomination of Syed Omar Idris from Bauchi State for appointment as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate approve the nomination of Chukwuemeka Ibeziago from Anambra State for appointment as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate approve the nomination of Omar Mokhtar from Borno State for appointment as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate approve the nomination of Dr. Johnson Alalibo Sinikiem from Bayelsa State for appointment as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Senate Leader, we may move a motion for us to revert to plenary to report progress.
President, very distinguished colleagues, I rise to move that the Senate revert to plenary to enable the chairman report progress. I so move.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. President, sitting as chair, I support the motion that the Senate reverse to plenary to enable the chair report progress. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that this August Assembly do revert to plenary for the chair to report progress? Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Distinguished colleagues, the Senate in the Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Electoral Matters on the screening of Mr. President's nominees for appointment as resident electoral commissioners (RECs) for the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and approved the nominations of Omar Yusuf Garuba, Kano State, Said Omar Idris, Bauchi State, Chukwuemeka Ibeziago from Anambra State, Omar Mokhtar from Borno State, Dr. Johnson Alibo Sinikiem from Bayelsa State as resident electoral commissioners for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Is this a true reflection of what transpired in the Committee of the Whole? Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate confirm the appointment of Omar Yusuf Garuba from Kano State as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission? Those in favor of the confirmation say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Omar Yusuf Garuba from Kano State is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate confirm the nomination of Said Omar Idris from Bauchi State for appointment as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC)? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Said Omar Idris from Bauchi State is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate confirm the nomination of Chukwuemeka Ibeziago from Anambra State for appointment as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC)? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Chukwuemeka Ibeziago from Anambra State is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate confirm the nomination of Omar Mokhtar from Borno State for appointment as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC)? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Omar Mokhtar from Borno State is hereby confirmed as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate confirm the nomination of Dr. Johnson Aladibo Sinikiem from Bayelsa State for appointment as resident electoral commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC)? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Dr. Johnson Alalibo Sinikem from Bayelsa State is hereby confirmed as Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission. Let me thank my colleagues and particularly thank the Committee on INEC and Electoral Matters and all the members for a job well done, and congratulate all the confirmed resident electoral commissioners today by the Nigerian Senate, and I want to wish them luck as they pilot the affairs of INEC in a fair and equitable manner to promote democracy and bring justice to all. I also want to congratulate and appreciate Mr. President for the quality of nominees that he has sent to the Senate for screening and confirmation. I believe that they are square pegs in square holes, and I pray that Almighty God will grant them the enablement to do justice to all politicians and to do justice to all and sundry, including the voters, so that every vote will count in Nigeria and nobody will be shortchanged. I congratulate them and wish them well, and I thank my colleagues for painstakingly taking their time to go through this exercise. Distinguished Senator Adams Oshimole, you may wish to approach the chair.
To inakulinda mkapoprete ko